So it was this guy, his name was Phil, and he was at work, and he went into his boss's office, and he told his boss, he said, I'm stressed out. You know, the things cost too much money, the economy, you know, I need a raise. I need a raise. I've got 3 different companies after me right now, and if I don't get a raise, I'm going to do what I need to do. So they haggled back and forth. You know, he's talking to his boss for a little bit, and after about 30 minutes, he agrees. The boss agrees to give him a 10% raise. Yeah, pretty good. And so Phil grabs his stuff, and he gets ready to walk out of the office. And the boss says, wait 1 second. Can you just tell me what companies were after you? He said, the electric company, the mortgage company, the light bill company. See, he was stressed out. So how do we get back to that place of peace? How do we create a space for peace in our lives? And that's what I want to share and speak with you about today. 3 ways that we do that. Taking time to take care of your mind. That's one. Taking time to take care of your body. That's another. And taking time to meditate. If we take the time to do those things, we can create a space for peace in our lives. So the first one is this. Taking time to take care of our mind. How do we do that? I love this quote. Take care of your mind, and your body will thank you. Take care of your body, and your mind will thank you. Both ways are true. So how do we take care of our mind? We've got to challenge ourselves. We've got to challenge our minds. Right? If we don't use it, it doesn't work as well. We got to challenge ourselves. I was thinking back to my kid's grandmother, who is no longer with us, but she always used to do these little word puzzles. She loved doing them. And she doesn't even speak English, but she would do them in English. And I asked her, why are you always doing this? She said, I just want to challenge myself. I just want to keep challenging myself. And she was sharp as a nail. We have to continue to challenge our minds all the time. If you want to create a place of peace, challenge your mind all the time. I was watching a video on social media. It was talking about how do we challenge ourselves, and we have to get comfortable being uncomfortable. Anybody know what that means? You got to get comfortable with the uncomfortability. Is that a word? Did I say that right? I didn't spell that right. You know what I mean, right? We're all family. You know what I mean. However you say that word. Anyway, get comfortable with being uncomfortable. Get out there and experience the things where you don't know what's going to happen next. You're a little bit nervous, right? You're a little bit scared. That's a good thing. That's a good thing. You don't want to stay in that comfort zone all the time. You want to be a little bit scared. I ask people this question all the time, and I love to see what answers I get. When was the last time you did something for the first time? Some people are right away, boom. But if you got to think about it, that's something to think about. When was the last time you did something for the first time? When was the last time you were a little bit nervous, or felt those butterflies in your stomach? Yeah. You got to challenge yourself. You got to get uncomfortable, and that challenges your mind. Right? I love this quote. In any given moment, we have 2 options: to step forward into growth or back into safety. So we get the choice in any moment. And I want you to think about in your life, how many times are you stepping back into safety when you should be stepping forward into growth? You know, a comfort zone is a beautiful place, but we don't grow there. We don't grow in our comfort zone. We grow when we step outside of it. And if you want to create that place of peace, right, you got to challenge your mind all the time. I love that. And some of the ways that get us out of that, I'll share with you guys. You all know this. I'm preaching to the choir. If you want to see yourself getting stressful, look at the news. Am I right? Am I right? Right? Look at the news. That'll get you stressed, right? That'll take you away from your peace. Social media. Scrolling by something you don't like, but you gotta leave a comment. Let it go. If you want to get back to peace, let it go. Right? What are you putting into your mind when you're watching the news, when you're on that social media? Whatever it is that's aggravating you or bringing you into stress, if you want to bring yourself back to peace, watch what you're putting in your mind. Because we have control over that to an extent, right? We have control over a lot of it. So what are we doing? What are we putting into our minds? That constant negative events, negative aspects that we're looking at can cause us to be stressful. But we want to get back to a place of peace. So I'll share with you some things you can do. Limit the news. First of all, you just turn it off. You don't have to know everything all the time. Just turn it off. Yeah. Just limit it. Limit social media. And I'm preaching to the choir right here because I need to limit social media. Right? But you have to do it. Right? And find yourself in a place where you can get back to peace. Right? Maybe just a couple of times a day. A couple of times a day on social media. A couple of times a day you watch the news. Right? Whatever the case may be. But you have to do some things to get you away from the stress and bring you back to peace and using your mind and challenging your mind to do that. Some of the things you can do, set goals and priorities to get you focused on something else. And then you're going after that goal, right? Yes? Set a goal, set a priority. Here's something great. Practice gratitude. Being grateful for what you already have. That can bring you back to a peaceful state. Yeah. And then focus on the positive. You see, it's so easy to focus on what's negative. Isn't it? It really is. It's easy to see something and be negative about it. But you know what's hard? To look at something and say, I'm looking for the good. I'm searching for the positive in it. It takes work to do that. It does. You have to challenge your mind to find the good in something. Yeah. I love this. Ernest Holmes said this. Too often our minds are so burdened because of the mistakes we've made that we do not take the time to forgive ourselves and others and start over again. Sometimes you just got to forgive yourself and start over. Our minds are burdened with all these things all the time. Let go. You want to get back to a place of peace? Let go. Relax. Remove the stress. Remove the anxiety. Challenging your mind and being able to forgive yourself can bring you to that place all the time. So when you take the time to take care of your mind, you're creating a space for peace in your life. Right? So take the time to challenge your mind and create that space for peace. We also got to take care of our bodies. Y'all know I love talking about this, right? So, I love this quote. Take care of your body. It's the only place you have to live. Is that true? Yes. We can't live anywhere else but in this body that we have. Right? So we got to take care of this body that we have. I was watching something on social media. We're talking about if you're over 50, which that's pretty much everybody in here except Remy, wherever he's at. That's about it, right? Maybe one or two of you, right? But you should be moving your body, exercising every day, 30 minutes a day. And they say it takes years. I almost said it takes years from your life. It adds years to your life. It adds years to your life. That would have been funny. But blooper. That would have been a nice blooper. It adds years to your life. We have to continue to work on our body. I used to be a trainer. Some of you know that. And I love working out and helping other people work out and take care of their bodies. I believe that's extremely, extremely important. People ask me all the time, why do you work out? I want to use this body for as much as I possibly can. Our time is limited on what we can do with this vessel that we're in, right? Meaning, if you want to go climb Mount Everest, you might want to do that in your 20s or 30s. If you're a little bit older, you might not be able to do it. Sure, some people might be able to, but it might not be as enjoyable if you didn't do it in your 20s or your 30s, right? You might be able to do it. I'm not saying you can't. If anybody's heading out that way, knock yourself out. Right? But we got to take care of this body. And our time is limited on what we're able to do with this body. Right? So it's so, so important. I even share with people a lot of times, my workout and what I do, one of the goals that I had in my life was to run the Boston Marathon. I've run plenty of marathons, I've run 9 to be exact, but I've never ran Boston, which is the biggest marathon in the world. I say it is, most people say it is. But you got to qualify or get in another way. But now, with my body, where I'm at right now, I don't know if I can train and do that anymore. That window may have closed for me. because it's so hard to train to run a marathon. It's not the 26.2 miles. It's the 4 months before the 26.2 miles that makes it really hard. Right? You got to take care of your body. I love this. It doesn't matter how much money in the world you have, your health is more important. Anybody agree with me? Yeah. If you have, I can give you $20 million tomorrow, but you won't wake up, or you just wake up tomorrow. Who wants to wake up tomorrow? Yeah. Waking up is worth way more than $20 million. It is. So you know that. So understand that taking care of this vessel that we're in, taking care of our body is so, so important. And we have to do that. And one of the things that we need to think about is when we're taking care of our body, it's what we're putting into our body that's so important. So how do you do that? Eating healthy is so important to taking care of your body. What are you eating? What are you into? What are you eating? What are you drinking? Right? I'm one of the main people. I love my pizza and I love my chicken wings. Right? So I'm preaching to the choir again when I say it. But we gotta be cognizant of what we're putting into our bodies. Another thing, we have to get enough sleep. Right? You gotta get enough sleep. You want to take care of your body, get enough sleep. You also have to exercise, as we were saying before, continue to exercise. The funny thing about what we put into our bodies is we don't even know what's healthy anymore. It's hard to tell. I'll say I love drinking. I drink lots of water, and I like to drink the seltzer waters. Does anyone know what those are? Yeah. Okay. You do? Okay, good. The other brands, all of them I like them. But they're not all the same. This is important. So when I go down the water aisle, if it's a seltzer water, and it may be a flavored seltzer water, what should the ingredient say? Water, right? Water and maybe natural flavors if it's got something in it. But on that same aisle, you may find something else that's on the water aisle, and you look at the ingredients, and it's got stuff you can't even pronounce. It's on the water aisle. What are we putting into our bodies? You know there are countries outside of the United States that won't even serve things that we serve in the United States. You know that? Because of what we do to our foods here, they won't even do that in other countries. They say, no, you can't do it here. We have to be cognizant of what we're putting into our bodies all the time. Everything in Whole Foods is not healthy. Okay? I hate to break it to you. Everything. What's the other one? There's another one. I can't think of the other store. Sprouts. It's not Trader Joe's. Yeah. Just because you're in there doesn't mean everything is healthy. Okay? We have to think about it. Look at those ingredients sometimes. What are we putting into our bodies? Probably if you can't pronounce it, it might not be good. It might not. I'm just saying. Right? So we have to think about what we're putting into our bodies because that's how we take care of our bodies. And if you want to alleviate stress, move yourself away from that. You got to get to a place where you're at peace. You got to take care of your body. Right? Because your body is the only place you have to live. So take care of our bodies. And when you do that, you're creating a space for peace in your life. So important. So important. We also got to take time to meditate. And that's so important. I know everybody here knows all about meditation, right? Yes? Yeah, of course. So I love this. If you feel you don't have time to meditate, then it's time to meditate. You really, really, really need to meditate. If you don't have time to meditate, if those words were ever uttered from your mouth, you definitely need to meditate. You need to bring yourself down. You need to relax it. It's the same. It goes back to what I was talking about before. If you don't have time to eat healthy, you're too busy, you need to eat healthy, right? You need to figure out a way to do it. If you don't have time to rest, you need to rest. Because what's going to happen if you don't take the time to do these things? Burnout. The universe is going to give you an opportunity to rest. The universe is going to give you an opportunity to eat healthy. One way or the other. You got to make the time for this. And meditation is so, so important. I was doing a meditation a long time ago, probably almost 10 years ago. And I already had my thing, the time is always now, doing that. And someone came up to me, the congregant came up to me after the meditation And she said, here's what I heard while you were doing this meditation. And she said, I own, O-W-N, the now, N-O-W, so I have won, W-O-N. And she wrote it down, and she gave it to me. And I thought about it, and I was like, that's really, really special, because if you own the present moment, as you were saying earlier, Brittany, this is where your peace is. If you own the now, then you have one, because you are in peace. That's where it's at, just like the word was saying earlier. The peace is in the present moment. The joy is in the present moment. The love, the gratitude, all of it is right here. If you can be here now, as Ram Dass would say, you can be in peace. That's why meditation is so important, because it gets you to that place of being in peace. So there's some types of meditation I'm going to share with you all today. Hopefully you know a little bit of these. You know them all. You guys are good with this stuff. So mindfulness meditation. So it's a type of meditation where you focus on being intensely aware. You're sensing and feeling in the moment without interpretation or judgment. You all do that here. Right? And I know in many of the communities that I go to, we do that. Just being in the moment, being in the present, without judging what's coming through, right? Just letting it go. And there are many different benefits to mindful meditation. One is stress management. Again, we're talking about getting into peace. Managing your stress is taking that time to meditate, right? Taking that time to meditate. Improved sleep. We were just talking about getting enough sleep. If you practice mindfulness meditation, it will improve your sleep, getting you back to a place of peace. Also, reduced anxiety. Another way that could just bring you back to that place of peace. Just practicing mindfulness meditation. Also, mantra meditation. And I learned this here. One time, you all were doing it here, where you involve repeating a sacred sound or phrase to focus the mind and promote relaxation. And I love that. Concentrating on a specific phrase or a specific word and repeating it over and over. Just allowing the mind to relax and go into that. It brings you back to this place of peace. And that's where we want to be. You want to alleviate the stress, alleviate the anxiety from your life, and get back to peace. You can practice mantra meditation. And there's lots of benefits involved there as well. Stress and anxiety reduces them. Just practicing that mantra meditation. Right? Improved focus as well. Focus on whatever you want to focus on, right? But if you can focus on something, you can let go of the distractions. That's how you get back to peace. Again, so important. And increase self-awareness when you're doing mantra meditation. You're aware of everything, of who you are, of the I am, of that what is within you. And that's where you want to be, right? Now, and when we talk about meditation, you don't just do that on Sunday mornings now, right? You got to practice it more. How about every day? How about twice a day, right? Make that time to do it. So mantra meditation is very important. I love this one. Movement meditation is another meditation where you can where it involves movement. So this involves performing deliberate movements while focusing on your breath and your body. So you can do that in a setting like this, where you're just moving a part of your body, maybe your arm, maybe your head, right? And just focusing on that movement, zoning in on that, bringing yourself into that place. But I like to take it even further than that. Movement meditation can be a walk in the park. You know you can do that? Yeah. Movement meditation can be a walk in the park of nature. I even tell people movement meditation can be, when I used to run, I was talking about running earlier, I would go for a run and I was meditating when I was running. I would go for a run on a Saturday and I would meditate and then think about the things that I'm going to say on Sunday morning. Or go for a ride. When I go for a ride now, I meditate while I ride. Now, my eyes are open. I'm not going to run over anybody. Don't worry about it. But yeah, movement meditation. While you're moving, you can still be meditating. All of these are going to bring you back to a place of sleep. When you're doing movement meditation, and I want you to practice some of this. Maybe outside, go for a walk in nature and see how you can have your eyes open and be walking and still get into a meditative state. You can still block out the things on the outside and just be focused on what's inside. It's so powerful. And even with movement meditation, there are benefits like stress relief. Notice that all of them relieve stress. And how do you get to peace? You got to relieve stress. You can't be at stress and at peace at the same time. You have to relieve the stress, right? Movement meditation will give you better sleep. For one, you're going to be tired, so you're going to fall asleep. But you'll get better sleep. And better sleep helps you be focused for the next task at hand. It also improves your mood. Just moving your body, getting into that meditative state will improve your mood. Because exercise releases endorphins in your body that help you feel better. Yes? I know people tell me all the time, no, I'm going to be tired when I'm done exercising. No, you're going to feel better, but you got to do it first so you'll know. You got to do it first. Oh, it's so important. I challenge you, get out there and move a little bit more and count it and use it as a meditative state for you, as a meditation time for you. And that will bring you back to a place of peace. So if you want to be in a place of peace, if you want to create a space of peace in your life as much as you possibly can. Now, I know that we're going to have troubles, we're going to have anxiety, those things are going to happen. But how do you create that space of peace? You know that something's stressing you out, but how do you look at it and say, I need to create a space of peace so I can get back into the peace of what's within me? How do you do that? Do some of the things we were talking about, right? Take time to take care of your mind. Take time to take care of your mind and recognize what you're putting into your mind, because that might be the thing that's causing you stress. Take time to take care of your body. This is the only vessel we have to live in. So if you want to be at peace, make sure you're taking care of this, because it's all we got as far as we know. And then take time to meditate. Take time to focus in on the I am that lives inside of you. If you do those things, you're going to be at a place or create a place and a space of peace in your life. And that not only will change your life, but we can emanate that out into the world and bring peace to our world. And that's what we're here to do. My name is T.Y. Thank you for allowing me to share this with you today. Remember, the time is always now. Thank you.